Welcome to our new home. Don't get too comfortable, though, all right? This time of the year is just an exciting time. It never gets old. It seems like, each year you have those first-time emotions as much as anything. So many neat things happen in sports on a daily basis. So many neat things happen with our football team. But I would say this morning at our team meeting was one of those special days, special things that happen. We right now, with our program, of course, we have 85 scholarship players. And we're always trying to build up our program more with walk-on players, guys that maybe don't get a scholarship right away, but they have an opportunity to earn one. And this will be our fourth year. And for this morning's meeting, Ethan Tabell earned a scholarship to the University of Illinois. He was our long snapper last year and did an outstanding job. Hasn't been up in my office, hey, I'm the starter. When am I going on scholarship? Just showing up every day. So the real emotion that you get of being excited for your teammate is what we saw today. So really pumped up and excited, of course, for him. Other things as you start the football season off, we voted for our team captains today. We each year have five guys that represent our football team, 2 on offense, 2 on defense, and 1 special teams player. We are getting all of the votes in right now. We'll announce that a little bit later on today, but that's special too when you're picked by your peers, guys that have seen you for a year in every situation. So again, special. Also today, we talk a lot about student athletes. As I started my meeting off today, I think we had over 10 athletes that got a 4.0 football players for the summer session. All of these things lead to us transitioning to this first game of the year against Akron. Training camp's gone well. Few injuries, but you expect that. But we're just in a good place. Yeah, this is exciting. For our guys to come in here each day, it's as good as advertised. And Josh, we're thankful for this. And for the Smith family and everybody else that's donated it to it, for us to be in the best frame of mind to open up this season. We're pumped. We have new additions offensively. Our quarterback, Brandon Peters, will lead our team. Love everything about him. Can throw it. He can run. And he's moving into a leadership role quickly. Excited about our offensive line coming back. Guys that have played a lot of football here. We did great things. We did good things offensively last year. And we're expected to make another leap this year. Excited about Reggie Corbin. Ricky Smalling, healthy. Daniel Barker has had about as good a training camp as anyone. Excited about that. I made the statement, defense has owned what's happened around here for a few years. We're better. Can't wait to show it. This coming Saturday at 11 o'clock, right at Memorial Stadium out here. Excited about the front. We would definitely miss Bobby Roundtree, but the Wale's, the Jamal Woods, the Jamal Milans, guys like that will step up. The Jake Hansons, Daylight Harding, Nate Hobbs. So we're pumped, ready to go. The first game of the season, you never know what to expect. You have to cover an awful lot of things. We have a new coaching staff, Coach Arthur. We have a new coaching staff. He and his staff came from University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Did good things there. So we're expecting a wide-open offense coming at us. I think they have 7 offensive starters, guys returning, and a couple on the defensive side of the football. Last year, of course, they beat our team up north, our rival up north, in the purple. And they also played Iowa State hard, so that's what we're expecting. Had a chance to talk to our freshmen this past Saturday, new people, 10,000 strong, just really reaching out to the students to come up. New things are happening, new patio outside of our old offices there for the students to hang out and have a good time. So it's kind of where we are, pumped up for the season. Take your question. Yes. Well, I think when you're just initially going through the recruiting process, you form some quick opinions, but you need time to really confirm your initial thoughts, and that's what we've done. So what I've done, as I said, love talking, getting a chance to meet he and his family. He had a plan. I also make the statement, divorce sometimes is a good thing. So for Brandon, knew he was going to need to get a lot of hours to be a graduate, from the University of Michigan. That says an awful lot to get it done in that amount of time. He's also picked up our offense quickly the same way. And then you go about earning your respect from the teammates by your play on the field. It's kind of obvious who our starting quarterback will be, and can't wait to see him play out here. Well, just that. I think the more comfortable you get in a place, you're more vocal. And Brandon's not going to, come in and be the first guy to start screaming and yelling and doing all that, but that's fine. They want their quarterback under control, and that's what he's done. I want him to be poised, under pressure. Again, we've had good competition throughout, and I have seen him progress throughout to the point where he's ready to play. It's been a while since he's played, too. There's a lot of guys, a lot of us have reasons for getting to this season and want to show people different things. I know Brandon is one of them.
Well, so you used to go the JUCO route, so bring in transfers and some immediate guys. Now this transfers and immediate eligibility, these guys are multiple years. How is this impacting your team, and how are you guys going to come about?
There are a lot of ways to help bring immediate help, as you said. The junior college routes is tougher because a lot of times you're getting a different athlete. And here at the University of Illinois, it's a lot about academics. So to get guys that have graduated, I think they're in a little bit different place. So I think 4 of the 5 we brought in also have a couple of years left to go. And you want immediate help. You want a more mature athlete to come in at each one of the positions, and that's what we've seen. We'll continue that path also. Of course, we'll lean heavily on high school athletes, and we continue to get prospects, high school athletes. We, of course, had a few more commitments here lately, which is a good thing. A guy like Lovie Smith coming in also, good football player that we know. And once you get a chance to see him, that's another addition. I guess you guys knew about that. I started thinking, did you know that? As I was talking here, I said, I think they know about that. But anyway, that will continue that process. Once school starts, it's pretty much over right now, but we will always try to improve our ball club right up until the last second.
You decided to play young here at first.
Yes.
How much is that for an emphasis on this season when your players that you played young are now upperclassmen? And is that the right path for you looking back?
I think it's the only path we could have taken. When we played young players, they were our best players. So it happened they were very young at the time. And it seemed like that was many years ago. Now I just know that those athletes have grown up. They're excited. They know what to expect. They're running our locker room. They're in charge of our program, our team. And that's a good thing. It's amazing the transition that they've made with their bodies, too, on just, when you're young. Like a lot of freshmen, you see the freshman class. Most freshman classes shouldn't have to come in right away and play. Some have to. Again, a long time ago, we're just glad that now we have those guys for a couple more years.
You've been in the new building for about a week. Did you notice a change in the
I'm
guys?
sorry?
You've been in the new building for about a week now. Have you noticed a change in the guys since they kind of came here? Did you notice maybe an increase in intensity at practice after that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. From the moment they came through, no, from the moment they burst inside of the door, we have seen that. I mean, you see right here. This is a good environment. Let's look around. It's a good environment to be in, conducive to learning, a lot better. When you see the light outside, I think you had a chance to go down in the weight room, locker room, lounge. We're set up for the guys to spend all their free time. You know, college players, students in general, you have to spend your free time somewhere. You can come into this building and be comfortable for a long period of time. And attitude-wise, I think to a man, everyone would say that it's been elevated.
Since you mentioned Derek Smith, I know you got to wait to see him on the field, but what did you like about him, his potential, what he could bring to the program?
Well, first is what we're looking for at the linebacker position. We're transitioning to, and I think the game in general, college football, NFL, has transitioned more to athletic guys that can play in space, big, strong safeties, defensive players with a defensive background that have gotten a little bit bigger. He fit the profile as much as anything. And as you go through recruiting, a lot of these athletes you kind of see. You know, you've gone through recruiting, so you know. Sometimes they don't decide to come with you right away, but you still keep track of them. And when the opportunity presents itself, which it did for us, pumped up about it.
So I mean, he played striker, I guess is what his position plan was. That's linebacker.
He was a big, well, he was a big defensive back down there, and he'll be a skilled outside linebacker for us.
What is your favorite part of the new facility being in here for about a week?
You say what is the what now?
What's your favorite part of the new facility?
Oh, well, you got to go, well, personally?
Yeah.
Well, I think you can start with my office. I kind of like it a little bit. I can spend a lot of time in there, quite a bit. I think you guys came through it a little while ago, right? Well, I was in a few of the other rooms back there in that office. So you start with that. For the coaches, I think Coach Smith's here. We have exactly what we need, you know, staff rooms, everything that you need. And I might say that most of the things everyone else has. We're really excited, but we're catching up right now is what we're doing. And you just want a level playing field. We have a level playing field, we feel like, right now with what we have here. We liked what we saw from Devin right away. Coming in, we were expecting that, but you need to get him on the football field. He has good movement, good speed, quickness, all of that. More aggressive, he's more physical of a player than maybe if you look at his stature you would think. Again, loved everything about him, and if you do a good job, opportunities present themselves, sometimes when you least expect it, and glad we have him here. Well, I think, yes, Marquez Beeson was going to be in our rotation quickly, to say the least. And when you lose a player like that, everyone has to move up a notch, and that's what's happened right now.
Coach, how do the other quarterbacks respond to Brandon being named starter?
Well, I think I don't think, first off, I think as a coach you don't have to declare who the starter is. I think most people know it. But what they're going to do is that it's a long year. It's the reason why we have, 4 guys on scholarship, 5 in the room with Coach Smith, that you have to be ready. Brandon is starting, but you know, one play into the season, the second guy could be up. A couple plays into the season, the third guy could be up. And I've been in situations where it's happened that quick. You know, I was on the staff at Tennessee, and Peyton Manning thought he was going to hang out. Todd Helton was the starting quarterback. The baseball player was starting quarterback, and injury happened just like, you know, things happen quickly. And for our guys, they know that. It's about them being ready when their number, and if their number is called.
For you to say that the defense has improved, is there something specific you've seen like in camp?
When
you see that?
Guys, when we see what we've done, to me, the test comes this week. It's not like we've done a lot of scrimmaging. I'm just going on what I've seen through my years, my experience, on what it looks like before you get a chance to show it on the field. We're better, and we should be. First off, going into the football season, if you look at what's happened to us last year, Nate Hobbs, Tony Adams didn't play the first, Jamal Milan, those guys were down. So we're injury-wise, we're in pretty good shape. And I know all those players have improved and should say improved play on the football field. Yeah. Getting better as much as anything. When you're in a boot, you know, there's an injury, but that's normally saying that they'll be back. Exactly when, we don't know. And just as we kind of start the process as we go through, if a player is going to have season-ending an injury or something like that, surgery, I'll let you know it. Besides that, I won't talk much on injuries. I don't think most coaches will. But if there's something we feel like you need to know and we can tell you, we will. But most of the time, that'll be the case.
How is Cindy Brown just progressing with his coming up?
Progressing. And, you know, he had a hamstring injury. Hamstring injuries can be tough. He had a significant hamstring injury. He's not quite, as of Saturday, he wasn't quite there. We'll see how it goes. We'll be back on the practice field tomorrow. It's helped a lot. You know, I've talked about what Ricky Smalling and Dom Stampley and some of those guys have done, but adding guys into the mix, of course, Bebe, big, strong, physical guy that can do a lot of things. And a lot of time wide receivers just want to catch the ball. He's involved with the special teams also. Can't wait to get Trayvon Sidney out there. So the wide receiver room has changed quite a bit.
You mentioned Akron new coaches, but is there something that stands out as what you know will be challenging, basically?
I think most coaches across the country will say, it's just unknown as much as anything. Now, if you're playing a team, same coaching staff is in place, it's kind of established what they would like to do, but we don't really know Akron-wise. Of course, the defensive coordinator and head coach came there, coordinator from a different place. So you just have to be sound fundamentally, have rules to take care of everything, and play ball. That's what we'll do.
Defensively, I know the idea of being 128 last year is something we did.
That number was 128, he said. All right, keep going.
Do you want to use that as motivation? And how do you approach that?
I repeated what you said. Yes, we do. To a man, we use it quite a bit. Quite often, we want to own that. And that would be maybe tough, 5-6 months ago. But now it don't really matter an awful lot. That doesn't come with us. We were number one. That doesn't come with us. We're starting over. We have a new chance to start and get it right. And we're comfortable with how it'll play out this year. That's what the defense is saying. Does that give you motivation when you haven't done something well? Absolutely. And we can say that not only about our defense, but about our football team in general. We have competition. We named the starting quarterback. Besides that, we hadn't named any starting position. And you can probably see why we don't. But Saturday, tickets are still available. Show up out there, and the starting lineup will be on display then.
Year forward, you mentioned just media and other times just about how this is the best product that you've been on the field your tenure here, and with that along comes the expectations of that. Have you seen maybe the upperclassmen that were brought in here as freshmen and now have been in a couple of years? Have you seen them kind of respond to that too, those expectations?
I think they're very anxious. We've all been through it together. And what I think you would get from our guys is, see Jake Hansen right there, of knowing that we've felt that pain together, and we're expecting it to change, and it's here. Finally, it's here. We don't have to talk about it anymore, and we're getting ready to start from scratch. I think it's as simple as that right now. And we check, all the boxes are being checked off before we go out there and play the game, and can't ask for any more.
What does he bring to your offense, especially with the news you had about Luke?
Well, as you just, first, Luke Ford is an outstanding player, and he will be in years to come. What Daniel Barker brings is he's a big body. He's a physical guy. He can block. He could be a good inline tight end to block defensive ends. You can spread him out, and he can you know, can run all the routes. He can catch the football. He plays with energy, and he's a competitor. It's hard to find things that you don't like about DJ. And he's going to have an outstanding year.